Welcome to the Perham Show. I am here at Northwood's Assembly of God Church here in Perham, and my guest is Pastor Dirk Currier. We're way out west on Old Highway 10. We're the church with the sign, is that?
Exactly, yep.
Well, welcome. We're going to talk today about the trip that you have coming up and to invite people to join you on that journey.
Absolutely. Well, you know, winter's coming. It's already here, and it's only going to get colder the way it sounds. But we planned well over a year ago a trip to the Holy Land. My wife and I was able to go there last year on a pastor's trip. And so I thought, after being there, I'd really like to bring this back to the Perham area and the Lakes area and make an open invitation to whoever would like to come and join us this year on a trip to the Holy Land. And so that's kind of what we've got planned, and we're going to be taking off February 22nd and returning on March 3rd.
Well, that's coming right up. Did you say February 22nd?
February 22nd. It's a Monday. Yep.
Okay, so you've got 9 days, 8?
It's actually it's considered a 10-day tour. 2 of those days, of course, traveling to get there and back.
Sure.
So we're in Israel for 8 days, and we will be seeing all the typical sites, everything from Bethlehem, the birthplace of Jesus, to Jerusalem. We'll be actually spending about 4 days in Jerusalem and going to all the traditional sites as far as Jesus, the death, the cross, the tomb. We'll share communion at the tomb. We also have a couple special things that many trips do not offer, and we're going to be going into Jericho, which is one of the oldest cities on the earth. And we're going to go there, and just outside of Jericho is a place called the Mount of Temptation, which is where Jesus, after he was baptized, was led up into the wilderness. And we're going to go up there and spend a little time there, as well as go to the Jordan River. I'll give the opportunity for people to be baptized in the Jordan River, and a boat ride on the Sea of Galilee. Just about everything you can think of, we're trying to squeeze into this. And it sounds like a lot, but when you put it in the perspective of Minnesota, if you drove from Perham to St. Cloud, you would have already driven into another country when it comes to Israel.
Okay.
And if you went from Fargo to Minneapolis, you would have driven the length of the country. So all the events that we think of, it's really in a very small, confined spot. So we're able to do everything we're going to do.
Yeah, not like you're going to be always in transit. You
right.
really are going to have some time to spend at each of these.
Exactly, and that's how we design this trip. And it's a very, very affordable trip. In fact, there's somebody just called last week who was interested in going and ended up they're going with somebody else, a friend of theirs from some other place, and they called and said, "Boy, how come yours is so much cheaper than the one I'm going on?" And they said, "Well, there's variations, but..."
Sure. Can you talk about that?
Oh, sure. The trip itself is $1,350. That is... Once you're there, it's your hotel, it's your food, it's your air-conditioned bus from place to place that we'll be going to, and then all you have is the airfare on top of that, which is right now about $1,200–1,300.
Okay.
And we'll be flying round trip from Minneapolis, and so all said and done about $2,500, $2,700 tops thereabouts.
Trip of a lifetime.
Trip of a lifetime. It's kind of, we always refer to it as the bucket list trip. Everybody at some point in time would love to go to the Holy Land. And it's one of those window of opportunities, because it's not always an open door over there. It all depends on what's happening.
Yes. Because
it is kind of an interesting spot in the world. Everything that happens there affects everything that happens everywhere else in the world. So right now things are very peaceful, and most people ask, is it safe? It's absolutely safe. There's nothing to be afraid of or to worry about. We're guaranteed safety and have just a wonderful time together.
So how many people people or couples, or how many people do you have room for?
Okay, right now we've got about 13, 14 people on board, and they're from all different churches, all different backgrounds. We've got some from Detroit Lakes area, some from up by the Walker area, some from around here, different church backgrounds. So we can go up to 25, 30, 40 people.
Wow, that's great. A great way to get to know people, too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Nobody's going to have to sit on the top of the bus, though,
no,
right?
No, and that's a tough thing, because a lot go with groups that are 100, 200 people, and you kind of get shuffled around like cattle. So we're going to have a 15, 20, 25 people group that we're going to be very personal. We can get around, see a lot more than you would on one of these bigger trips. And we'll have a guide from Israel, a Jewish guide that'll be there, and I myself will be guiding as well, where I'm going to make up kind of like a little brochure where each spot we're going to be at. People have a booklet that they can take notes in, and we'll just kind of take some moments to read scriptures. And
yeah, well, people have they have goodly amount of time now to be saving. Dividing that by the number of weeks left, that price tag. Give a shout out. We're going to come back and talk to you a little bit more about what's going on here in the church for the upcoming year. But what's the number if people need to tune away?
Absolutely. You can call the church at 346-5433. That's 346-LIFE. You can also go to our website, which is www.northwoodslife.com. And on news and events, there's a spot there on our Israel trip. And we'll be glad to send you the information and make some contacts. And we're kind of approaching some deadlines here. So
Very good.
If you've been thinking about going, now's the time to put it together.
Don't wait. Stick with us. We're going to be coming right back, Northwoods Assembly, Pastor Dirk Courier, talking about, doing something. Welcome back to the Perham Show. I'm speaking with Pastor Dirk Courier from Northwoods Assembly Church here out west on Old Highway 10. Church with the sign, and we're talking about now what you are going to be doing at the church. What's your theme for the year?
Well, we're always doing something new and different, but 2010 is a brand new year, and so we always like to kickstart it with a theme, a concept that we're going to run with through the year. And so this year we're actually starting a 6-week series called Do Something. And what the idea, the concept behind that is for people to get involved doing something in their community, do something in their church, to basically have an active faith. And so the series we have was written by Miles McPherson, who used to be a defensive end for the San Diego Chargers, who actually now pastors a church in Southern California in San Diego called the Rock Church. And they run like 15,000 people every weekend. They're running 5 services.
Wow.
And but anyway, he's got a great series out called Do Something, Make Your Life Count. And so as a church, for the next 6 weeks, we're going to be focusing on that, but it's going to carry over through the entire year. Basically, talking to people, helping them to identify what it is that they have to offer. Because God's created each and every one of us, designed us different. We not only look different, we think different, we function different from one another. And God has invested into every single person some kind of gift, a talent, or ability. Most people just haven't discovered it yet or found a place where they can do that. So through this series, it's designed to help people understand maybe what they have as a gift, what they can offer. Mm-hmm. And then as a church, what a church can do to impact its community. What kind of project can they do? So Do Something gets you out of the seats and out into the streets, affecting communities, affecting families, finding opportunities to serve. So it's a great opportunity to learn, to grow, and just a challenge to do something, because idle hands creates problems.
What, the devil's playground?
Exactly.
And the book that you have that goes along with this, and you have, you have a structured plan.
Yes.
For what you're going to be doing for the next 6 weeks. Do you have a target age range, or where are you at with the
it's open
involvement?
Open to all age groups. With this, we'll do a general Sunday morning message. But then during the week on Wednesdays, and we also have different small groups that meet throughout the week, but specifically on Wednesday night, we have more of a video teaching with Miles himself, and then we'll break it down and kind of just get people to interact, talk a little bit, and kind of hopefully over that process of time, find a spot where they can fit in and serve and just have a sense of belonging. And
realize their gifts and maybe and obviously your hope is that they will go beyond the 6 weeks.
Absolutely.
And continue this as a lifelong habit, to be doing something to help people, church, community. Is there a cost to participate in this?
No, not at all. If they would like to purchase a book, we have those available here, and those are $15. But other than that, they can come. You can, depending on what level you want to participate, you can just come and listen to the message. You can come and listen to the message, and the Wednesday night, it's just the more you put into something, the more you get out of it. Okay. And if for some reason you don't come to our church, but you would like to listen to the messages, you can go on our website and listen to them after each Sunday.
Okay, would you give the telephone number one more time?
Absolutely.
So that people can give you a call if they have more questions about doing something?
Absolutely.
Or going on your trip to the Holy Land with you?
Absolutely. It's 346-5433. And that's www.northwoodslife.com. Love to have you.
Very good. Thanks so much, Pastor Dirk Courier, for being with us on the Perham Show, and thank you for tuning in as well.
Thanks, Patty.